Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day one of Algebra 2 Trig Online. Pretty crazy, huh? Um, I hope everything's going well in your world. Everything's good on my end. I'm just getting a little bit of cabin fever, just staying in my house all day. So trying to go on lots of walks and get outside as much as I can. But you guys know it's hard. So hang in there. You can do it. I just wanted to post a video for your assignment for this week. So for Wednesday and Thursday. And then also this will be your assignment on Monday next week as well. And it'll be due Monday, April 6th by midnight. All that'll be detailed here in just a second, but I wanted to kind of show you guys what I'm looking at here. So you should see this posted along with this video up on Google Classroom. This was actually what we were going to work on the week before spring, the extended spring break. So basically what this is it's a Desmos Conics project. So your task is to create a picture which incorporates all types of functions we've learned so far. So that's it, no tricks, right? This is your chance to combine your keen mathematical skills with your creative side. So you're going to use the Desmos online graphing calculator to create your own unique picture or design. And you're going to sign in using your Stargate email. This will actually allow you to save your work as you're going. One thing that I do require is you're using restricting domains and ranges, but using this format. I know usually we use things like -infinity, (5). You do have to use this particular format. I'll show you what that looks like on the program itself once we go through the worksheet. And then your final drawing has to incorporate a minimum of 30 unique equations. That seems like a lot, but man, once you guys get started making your pictures, it's pretty easy to get to 30. Trust me, okay? You have to have one of each type of conic function. So before break, we started talking about circles and ellipses, which were like those ovals, things like that. And when you're done, you can hit the share graph button, just copy the link and post it into Google Classroom underneath this assignment. And here's the best part. I will award up to 10% added to your lowest summative grade. So let's say you got a 60% on, I don't know, the Unit 4 test or something like that. And that was your lowest score, your lowest test score. I will now bump that to a 70%, provided that you complete this assignment, turn it in by Monday at midnight, and would get the full 30 out of 30 points if it were officially graded using this rubric, okay? So the idea is I want the picture to be like sophisticated and have it just look really nice. I don't want it to be thrown together. And I want to make sure your image is unique. One thing I want you to be careful of, you can actually Google and say, hey, Desmos, like I want to find a picture of Winnie the Pooh. And there are ones that already exist out there. Trust me, I will be able to tell if you did it yourself versus if there's some like crazy weird equations and your art is like super good. Please actually make sure that you're working on this project, okay? It's actually really fun once you get the hang of it, and I think it might be something to kind of help you pass the time that you might enjoy, especially those of you guys that are more creative on the creative side. So those math requirements, right? Make sure you have at least one of each type of conic section, plus like different parent functions. Try to throw in an exponential or a logarithm or a linear equation, a square root equation, that sort of thing. Make sure you're using 30 equations. You have at least one domain restriction, one range, and that you turn it in on time, okay? If you would have got the full 30 out of 30 points on the original rubric, I will give you the 10% added to your lowest grade. So let me show you what that looks like. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to go into your browser and just Google Desmos Graphing Calculator. The very first link is what you want. And it pops up just like this. I know I posted a link for you to download that TI emulator. This is not the same thing. It's going to be very difficult for you to create your pictures on that TI program that I talked to you guys about downloading. So just use desmos.com. Either create an account if you don't already have one. And when you do, you just say, yes, I agree. Trust me, they're not going to like steal your firstborn child or anything like that. And then once you say that you agree, sign in using your Stargate email, and then you should be all good to go where it'll actually save your progress. So let's say I want to type in, I don't know, like a rational function or something like that. Or no, let's say I want to do a circle. Okay, so, and I want the circle to be like centered right about here. So at 2, 2. So it's been a while since we've talked about this, but my equation would look something like this. And then where that's your h comma k basically for the center of your circle, and then it's equal to the radius squared. So let's say I want it to be, I don't know, a radius of 2. It would look like this. But let's say I want that to be like an I or something like that, and I want it to be a little smaller. I can put it as a 3, a 2, I can make it 2.6, whatever size you need it to. So there's going to be a lot of playing around with numbers, okay? Let's say, by the way, I'm typing all this in. If you don't like typing it in, down the left corner, there's this little button that says Show Keypad that you can open up, and it has all the functionality there as well, if you'd rather do that. I find it's easier to just type it on my keypad. Let's say if this is an I, for example, maybe I want like an oval right here, so it looks more like that. So I'm thinking of an ellipse, right? So I'm gonna basically copy this guy, but make it an ellipse by setting this equal to 1 and dividing these guys by numbers. And I'm just literally picking numbers. Whoops. Okay, so that's obviously way too big, right? So I'm gonna make this for maybe a 2 and make the 9 a 3. Okay, still way too big, right? So maybe I'll make this a 1 and this one a 1.4. Okay, I'm getting closer, but notice how I'm kind of playing around. I think I want it to be a little bit lower, so I'm going to change my y value to be down here a little bit. Notice how it's starting to look a little bit more like an eyeball. But let's say I actually like this part, but I want to get rid of this piece right here. Here's where that domain and range restriction piece comes in. So I can actually get rid of this part of the range. So this is from negative 0.18, and then this guy right here goes down to 0.3. So let's say I want to restrict that. I'm going to put some brackets in there, and I only want to use from 0.3 and up. So I want y to be greater than 0.3. Now what it does is it cuts off anything that's 0.3 or lower. So it's kind of like, like a range restriction, basically. Notice how that's not quite perfect. So maybe I want this to be 3.2. Still not enough. 3.5. 3.9, it's still not working for me, so maybe 4.3. Notice how I'm literally just playing with the numbers, just trying to figure out what's going to be the best number for me. Okay, so that's definitely getting a lot closer. Let's try 0.63, 4, 5. It's kind of hard to see with the dots. So see, it's still a little bit down there, so maybe I'll make it 0.6. There we go. And you can do things like that. You can also set a domain restriction. Let's say I only want this piece right here. I can use X with those same parentheses and say I only want X when it's less than 2. And it can kind of cut down and give you different pieces. The nice part about this project, you guys, is you can make whatever you want. You can zoom in and out, so you can make it a really big picture. You can make it a little smaller, more detailed. I do recommend you center your picture around 0, 0. That does help. But when you are done, up in the top corner, there's this share graph button. And you just copy the link and just post that link underneath this assignment on Google Classroom. As long as it's submitted before midnight on Monday, April 6th, and you get the full 30 out of 30 points for the requirements, and you've made a cool picture, things like that, you'll be all set. One thing you can do as well, by the way, if you go into settings, if you want to see what your picture looks like without all the grids, you can actually get rid of all this extra stuff, and it'll show you your picture as well. So, for example, if I just Google search like Desmo's art pictures, because usually I would show you guys, if you remember that bulletin board, the purple bulletin board that is outside my classroom. Okay, a lot of my students did this. But for example, guys, I had a student try to submit this to me last year, and I had to have a really tough conversation about, you obviously Googled this picture and took it off of Desmos. That's not what I'm looking for, okay? But you could do things like, there's a little Simba, right, from Lion King. Here's Mike Wazowski from Monsters Incorporated. There's lots of things. You can also use color, by the way. So if you are on Desmos Graphing Calculator, notice how this one's red and this one's blue. If I click and hold, I can make it whatever color I want it. And you can even make this an inequality, and it'll shade as well. So you can go as fancy or as not fancy as you want. If you have a printer at home and you want to print it out and color it, I'd recommend just making all of your lines the color black. And then when you go to print it out, you'll be able to color it in however you want to. And you can take a picture of your art project as well. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot of playing around with numbers and just guessing and checking and trying different things. But I want to see what you can come up with. So let me know if you have questions. My office hours, and I'm trying to remember, if you need to remember where office hours are, in classwork under syllabus and important info, I've actually posted that as one of these links. So Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11:30, and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:30 to 1. And all you do is just go to, there's this link right here, just copy and paste that, and it's kind of like a Skype meeting. And there's going to be other students probably there as well, but I will make sure I'm available, and just wait your turn, and you can even share your screen and show me what you're working with, and I can try to help make your project as cool as possible. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know. If you want to stop by during office hours just to say hi, or if you have questions about the project, all those things are totally okay, and I hope that everything's going well. So let me know if you need assistance.